Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. This is 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Okay, this is season 3, episode 10. Treat me right, okay? We're gonna jump right into this because this was a mess, okay? First off, we got Tom and Darcy. Okay. Darcy, girl, if you gotta shed one more tear, like, this is ridiculous, okay? This is way too much crying over nothing. Over just little, just. So Tom and Darcy are flying back to his hometown of Nottingham, okay? And Darcy is still in her mood and she is just wanting to fight, okay? And Tom seems like he is just over Darcy. Like right now he's like, girl, this is too much. She has too much attitude. Everything is a big deal. She way too dramatic. Like that's what Tom was giving me. And I was like, you're right. You're right, okay, I would have been left this whole trip. But Darcy goes to talk to Stacy and they're talking. And then Darcy was like, yeah, Tom would have proposed to me if, y'all weren't here. If he didn't see me, if y'all weren't causing trouble and you weren't picking with me, basically, okay? And Stacy was like, girl, how? Girl, how? Like, you're not gonna take none of the blame for acting like this? No? Okay. Okay, I was like, Darcy, girl, you know you a lot to deal with. Like, why you acting like you're not the problem? Okay, but anyway, you know how Stacy and Darcy get mad at each other. Stacy walks away. She goes to meet Tom and her fiance outside. And she's like, I'm going to tell y'all bye. Darcy's in one of her moods and I'm not having it right now, okay? And so she walks off and then we see Darcy come up with, Darcy always stays with like 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5 or 6 luggages, okay? Suitcases, okay? So she comes up and, she's talking, I guess they're waiting for the car or whatever. And Stacy was talking to Tom and Stacy was like, yeah, she thinks that, we're messing up the trip. And Tom was like, no, it was Darcy, okay? Darcy was messing up the trip, okay? And I was like, say it with your chest, Tom, because your girl is she wildin', okay? So the next thing we get of them is they are in the car, and, Darcy gets a crying, okay? She feels bad for the way she was acting, and she's like, that only happens when I'm with my sister or whatever. And he's like, but what if I'm around my family and everything? She's like, oh, I wouldn't do that around your family. He's like, girl, I don't know. You crazy, okay? Cynthia, y'all know I call her Cynthia. The one from the little doll from Rugrats, okay? I call her that because she is just, every time I see her hair look crazy. She always crying. Remember Cynthia's makeup on Rugrats was always smeared. That's every time I see Darcy, that's what she giving me, so. Cynthia is tripping, okay? So the next scene we got of them, they arrive in Nottingham, okay? And poor Tom. Tom has to put all 38 of Darcy's suitcases in this car. And they are talking, and I'm like, Tom, how are you going to fit all of these suitcases in this car? I'm like, okay, you got 4 in the trunk. What you going to do with the rest, like the 28 left that you got to put in this car, okay? So they skip past that. We see they get in the car, and just in the back seat, it's just full of her luggage, okay? And I was like, okay. I mean, I guess she needs all that. I don't know, okay? And so, of course, Darcy gets to crying. All her scenes is of her crying. She gets to crying again and saying, she feels bad again, and, he don't, she feels like he don't love her or whatever. And he says that he still has feelings for her or whatnot. Okay, whatever, right? And so she asked Tom if she's taking them to his childhood home in Nottingham. And he was like, nah, we're not going to my childhood home. See, the reason why we're not going to my childhood home is because my sister lives like right next door. And I don't think she's gonna like you, so I rented an Airbnb, okay? And I was like, good decision, Tom, because that would have been a mess, okay? So They rented an Airbnb, and it was a nice little Airbnb. It was like, it's cute. Um, and she's like, I'm cold, and so he's like, I'm gonna do the fireplace or whatever. And so he's getting the fireplace done. She's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna burn your hand, Tom. No, you're gonna burn your hand, Tom. Watch it, okay? And I was like, I don't know where this is going, but I don't like it, okay? And so he's like, um, yeah, that's not the only thing that's gonna be hot up in here. And I said, you know, it's not the only thing that's gonna be getting hot up in here. And I was like, you know what, Tom? Stop it right there, because I don't need you trying to be sexy or flirting. I don't want to see it. I do not want to see it. Okay, so I don't know what they was doing, but thank goodness the cameras, stopped after that. Okay. So the next scene we get of them is that they're walking his dog Boise, I think that was his name, his bulldog. And they're walking him, and he is showing Darcy around and stuff like that, and it's cute. And his dog is cute. Um, and so they get to talking and stuff, and he's like, yeah, girl, like, you've been cutting up, but I still have feelings for you. And she gets to saying something, and he's like, no, 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 no. I said I still have feelings for you. Let's move on so you don't cry, okay? Come on. Shoot, I know he's tired of it. So then we see Darcy trying to walk the dog, okay? But the dog was walking Darcy. I was like, the way that dog had Darcy skipping down that sidewalk, I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, dog. I was like, no, Darcy was here. Tom. I said, wow, Tom. Tom was laughing. I was like, Tom, that would have been me. I would have been laughing too, okay? So, that evening, they're supposed to go and have dinner with his sister, Emma, and her husband, okay? And Tom is like, look, if my sister don't like you, like, she gonna tell you, okay? And if she loves you, she loves you. But if she don't like you, she gonna tell you, okay? And I was like, well, let's get ready for this, okay? And, first of all, we see Emma, right? Emma and her husband. And Emma, I don't know where Emma learned how to do her makeup. But girl, it was a travesty, okay? I said, Emma, don't do that. Don't do that no more. So, but then Emma got the nerve to Emma and her husband are talking to the producers, and they're like, yeah, that's Tom's type, talking about Darcy. Yeah, that's Tom's type, the fake eyelashes and, the fake everything. And I was like, girl, I know you ain't sitting up there with 2 pounds of blush. Go talk about this girl eyelashes and her makeup. I was like, girl. I was here for her going in, but I was like, hold up now. You can't be going in with you sitting up there looking like that, okay? Now stop it. So, Emma gets to asking her questions, how they like each other and stuff like that. And Emma's like, yeah, Tom used to have hundreds of women, girl, okay? I don't know if that's true or not, sister, but you definitely put his business out like that. And I was like, okay, girl. Emma asked Tom if he's falling for her, and he was like, you gonna expose me in front of this girl like this? Really? You gonna really expose me in front of my? Yeah, I'm falling for her. Yeah, I'm falling for her. Okay, he swallowed a little too hard for me. Okay, I was like, okay, Tom, you're a really good liar. You put on a really good front. They end the dinner or whatever, and Emma's talking to the cameraman again, and she's like, girl, this, Darcy, I will be surprised if Darcy is his last woman, but it won't be. And I was like, I agree with you, Emma. I agree with you. So yeah, and then Darcy and Tom gets talking to the producers, and Darcy's like, I love you, Tom. And he just is like, and they just get to looking at each other like, and I was like, well, this is awkward, okay, Tom. You gonna make her cry again, okay? So that was Tom and Darcy, okay, a mess. Okay, next we have Timothy and Jennifer, okay? They have been in Colombia. Timothy has been in Colombia for about a week, okay? And last episode they had a fight because Tom acted like he was scared of everything. He was scared of the wind. He was scared of all the animals. He was scared to do anything fun. Okay, and I was with Jennifer. I was like, why did you come? You don't want to do nothing. She called him a coward. She called him every name in the book, and I was here for it, okay? I was like, yes, get him together, Jennifer, because, like, what is the point if you're trying to get to know me and everything and you don't want to do nothing? Girl, go back to the USA and stop playing with me, okay? So, tell him, Jennifer. So, Timothy tells us that Timothy said they have spent that last night apart from each other because they needed some time apart or whatever. And so he texts her to like meet him at the park so they can talk, okay? And so she gets there, you know, and she's a beautiful girl, okay? I was like, yes, she looked good, whatever. And he gets to apologize, and she's like, look, I'm not here for your apologies, okay? Because you was cutting up yesterday. And I'm trying to get to know you, but you is acting real suspect, okay? And I'm not here for it, okay? Like, what is the problem, okay? Jennifer says that she has feelings for him, but he doing way too much. Like, he's acting like he doesn't want to be with Jennifer, and he's scared of everything, girl. Like, nobody has time for that, okay? Timothy then asked her, he's like, okay, if I propose to you right now, will you say yes? And she's like, what? Bro, what? What? The Russell Westbrook meme, like, bro, what? And I was like, what? That's typical man stuff, right? Like, we having a fight. Why would you ask that girl if in the middle of a fight, you know, about marriage? Like, obviously she gonna say no, stupid. Like, but she's like, I don't know. And he's like, well, that's a problem. And I was like, you the problem, Timothy. You are the problem. Okay. She gets to crying. She's like, you know, I don't understand. Like, you know, I want to have a family and all that, but you the problem, okay? And I agree. And he's like, you know, when she started crying, I realized that, you know, I need to make a change or whatever. And I was like, Timothy, you're not going to change. Okay. So the next thing we have of them is that they're going shopping. He's like, we need some retail therapy, okay? She likes to shop, so I'm going to go take her shopping, okay? And they have her daughter with them. They have a good time shopping or whatever, but Jennifer tells us that one of the problems that they have between them, as well as him being, you know, scared of everything, is Veronica, okay? She does not like Veronica being so close to Timothy. Veronica is his ex-fiance, okay? And they talk like every day or whatever. And talk about personal stuff. And Jennifer's like, look, that's got to stop, okay? I need to put a stop to this, okay? And so Timothy wants Jennifer to meet Veronica, so, you know, she can feel better about their relationship, okay? So the next thing we see of them, you got Jennifer looking good, okay? She got her left top, she got her stomach out, okay? She got the hips swinging. I was like, get it, Jennifer, get it, okay? So they go to like a little cafe or whatever to Skype Veronica. And they get to Skype on Veronica, you know, and Jennifer's like, hola, ¿cómo estás? You know, how are you? Hello, Veronica. And Veronica's like, hey, how you doing? And then, you know, Veronica and her daughter was there. And her daughter, Chloe, Timothy helped raise, okay? So they close too. So they get to talking or whatever. And Veronica and Jennifer are trying to connect. But you can tell, like, you know, like, who wants to talk to somebody's ex? Like, girl, nobody got time for that? Like, so Jennifer was, like, trying to be nice, but I could tell she was like, girl, I'm not here for it, okay? And I wouldn't have been here for it either. And then Veronica, I think that Veronica asked Jennifer, you know, if they got physical. And Jennifer was like, you know what? He respects me. And, you know, time come, okay? Like, shut your mouth, girl. Like, why you asking all this? And Timothy was like, wow, that's personal. And they were like, yeah, okay, we gotta go. Like, y'all have a good night. Bye. Okay. And Jennifer was like, this girl asked me if, like, we got, you know, me and Timothy got physical. Like, she's a habitual line stepper, okay? She's a line stepper. And I was like, yes, I agree with Jennifer. Like, Timothy doing way too much, Veronica doing way too much, girl. Jennifer, don't even worry about Timothy and Veronica, girl. Like, this is way too much. It ain't even worth it, sis. You a bad bee. You don't need this foolishness, all right? Anyways, okay, next we get to a Kenya and Ben. Okay, a Kenya is just drunk after one margarita. I was like, a Kenya. We see a Kenya stumbling up the stairs, okay, to get to their little apartment or whatever. And she's like, girl, I'm drunk, okay? And she passes out, okay? She goes to sleep in her bed, she's done for the night, okay? She is tired because off of one margarita, girl, I mean, drunk, okay? So, of course, Ben is upset because, Ben is like, I don't want her drinking, okay? One drink is way too many. It's ridiculous. She's an alcoholic, okay? I need to get her AA counseling because she's an alcoholic after one drink, okay? It's unnecessary. And I was like, Ben, please calm down. Please calm down, Ben. Like, this is way too much, okay? And so, he decides to, like, talk to her about it the next morning or whatever. And her with her little headache and everything. I know poor thing has a little headache. And now she gotta listen to Ben talk about that she alcoholic after one drink. He's like, I don't, this has to stop. I don't want you drinking, okay? And Kenya's like, okay, so do you drink occasionally? I know I never drink, okay? Like, I drank one time, and I had one drink, okay? He's like, yeah, but the problem is that you drank too much. And she was like, okay, stupid, it's one time. Don't talk to me about this again. And I was like, yes, Kenny, like, stop him because he's doing too much. He's trying to control you, sis. Don't let that man control you, girl. Anyway, so, the next thing they head to the market to buy some groceries, because her family is gonna be there like the next day for the bride price, like the dowry and all that. So they have to, wine and dine them when they're there. And so they get groceries or whatever. They're at the market. And Kenya's getting all these groceries. And basically, she racked up about $80 in groceries for her family, whatever. And I was like, it's not really that bad. Like, it's not that bad, okay? And so they, she pulls him to the side and she talks to him about, like, what is going to happen for, the next day when the bride price is going to be, ready to be negotiated. And so she's like, look, this is how it's going to be. Like, you gotta fatten, talk to my father and fatten him up, basically, and like be nice and be kind and, give him what he wants. And, after he's, well fed and he's happy, you negotiate the bride price. I'm not gonna be in the room. I'm gonna be in another room, okay? And if all goes well, they'll call me, and they'll talk to me and say, hey, like, either it went well or it didn't. So that's what's gonna happen. And also, I know I forgot to tell you this, but like, soon as you give him that money, like, we're married. And he was like, what? You mean engaged? No, we're married. Like, married, okay? And he's like, yeah, but like, that's not, like, the U.S. needs a legal document. And she's like, no, but in Kenya, so we're gonna be married legally in Kenya. And he like, okay, like, oh wow, okay. And she's like, yeah, I probably should have told him this sooner, but whatever. I was like, okay. Okay, he was like, girl, whatever. Now he knows we're gonna be married as soon as he give him the money tomorrow. It's like, wow, okay. So of course Ben is like, I don't know. I thought we was gonna be engaged. I thought I was gonna have time to figure things out, But you can't come back from like a marriage like that. You don't have really time to think about it. When you're married. So the next scene. We see Ben is shook, okay? Ben Skypes his friend Desiree, okay? And Desiree's like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? And he's like, girl, I'm so alone over here. Girl, I don't know what's going on, girl. Oh, Jesus, it's too much. And she's like, what is wrong? And she, he tells her, like, when he pays the dowry, like, it's going to be official, okay? And she's like, so, but like, that's like, wow, okay? And he's like, yeah, I don't know what to do. And she's like, yeah, but did you think about your son? Like, she has never even met your son. Like, you don't even know how that relationship was gonna work out. And he's like, yeah, but I love her, and I don't know, okay? And she's like, yeah, but like, maybe you need to think about this, stupid, okay? And he's like, yeah, but I love her. And then we see a scene from him talking to the producers, and he's like, yeah, I love her, but my son comes first. And I was like, I hope so. Okay, I hope so, but you doing like way too much. That girl told you she don't even want to be a mama like that. Like, she don't even, she's like, I don't want to be a stepmom. She told you, but you don't listen, okay? So, anyway, so he don't know what he gonna do, okay? A mess. Next we see my favorite, Angela and Michael, okay? Girl. Whew, Angela. So they, Angela, girl, if you was her mama, I probably would, we would have had to fight, because I already told you you're not getting my egg, okay? But Angela and Michael, like, they Skype her daughter Skylar, okay? And they're all like, hey Skylar, how are you? Hey, hello Skylar, how are you? Okay. And Skylar's like, hey, how y'all doing? You know, the grandkids get on there like, hey. And just like, hey, grandkids or whatever. Anyways, I went to the fertility clinic, Skylar, and the doctor said I have one egg, but I can't use it. But he said my uterus is spotless, Skylar. The only thing that's missing that I need is an egg. So go ahead and tell her, Michael, what we want. Hello, Skylar. Okay, so okay. May I make a request? Okay. So can I let me have your egg, please? Okay. And Skylar was like, okay, this is a setup. This is a setup. My mama done set me up. Okay. Let me make this really clear for y'all. Hell no. Y'all ain't getting my egg. And y'all better not ask again. Okay. And I was like, Skylar, thank you. Thank you for making it clear, because obviously she didn't listen the first time. No, mama, you ain't getting my egg, okay? And if you ask again, I'm gonna pop you, okay? Basically. Don't do that, Skylar. Don't do that. She was like, no, like, stop asking me. Don't ask me again. I'm never giving you an egg. Like, y'all shouldn't be having a baby anyway. This is foolish. This is stupid. And Skylar was like, yeah, but the baby has to be in my bloodline, Skylar. And she's like, no, y'all don't need a baby. And she's like, Angela's like, yeah, we need a baby. And Michael was like, it is important for me to have a baby, Skylar, okay? And she was like, okay, that's good for you, but you ain't getting my egg, okay? So get off my line with all this foolishness, okay? And so that plan blew up in their face, okay? The next scene we get from them, I don't know why, but they decide to go and meet with Michael's friends. Okay, Michael said that, he hasn't been spending that much time with his friends because Angela don't like his friends, okay? For reasons that she laid out, okay? She said that, and these are the friends that we've seen before, okay? That we loved, okay? We wanted more of, okay? That Angela hated. So she said she didn't like them because, one, whenever they met the first time, they didn't answer her questions, and she felt like they had Michael's back more than they had her back. Oh wow, okay. And the next thing is that she also got mad because in a clip that they were talking to Michael, they called her an elder because she is as old as their elders. Angela, you're as old as their elders, girl. That's not even a thing. Like, it's a fact, okay? So stop playing with them people, like, and Michael was like, I respect my elders and I have to respect her because she's my elder, okay? And so she got mad and she got in her feelings, girl. But y'all are far apart in age, girl. You are that boy's elder, okay? Even though y'all together, you are still old enough to be his elder, okay? That's a fact you can't run away from, baby, okay? So she mad at them for that. And whenever they got there, She proceeds to tell them that she is mad at them because when she was sick with pneumonia, okay, and she was FaceTiming Michael, okay, they were in the back saying, let's go out, like, don't, she wanted Michael to stay in and not go out, and they were like, nah, let's go out, Michael. And she says that they were laughing in the back, okay? She pointed at, there was a new friend, it was 3 of them, okay? There was a new friend she didn't know, but there was 2 that she did know, okay? So she was like, you and you. I don't like you, okay? I don't like you. I don't want you to be Michael's friends no more, and we're never gonna talk to you. You know why? Because y'all think y'all can laugh at me and when I'm sick, okay? Y'all think y'all can laugh in my face. And they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, okay? And I'm like, Angela. And she proceeds to start yelling and stuff like, y'all think, y'all aren't good for Michael, and y'all aren't good for me and stuff. And he's like, girl, the one in the middle was like, girl, you're crazy, okay? You're crazy, okay? In Nigeria, you need to respect your man, okay? And Michael could barely get a word in, okay? She was doing like this to Michael, like, just hold on, Michael, I got this. Hold on, Michael, I got this, okay? And poor Michael was sitting up there looking like an abused child, baby. I said, Michael, please run. You were in an abusive relationship, baby. That woman is abusing you. That woman is abusing you, okay? Run from that woman. I think she's doing everything but hitting you. Like, you're getting abused, baby. Whew. Anyway, so the boys try to talk to her, and 2 of them left because they was like, we can't, this woman is getting out of hand. Okay, we don't do this here. And she was like, well, we're going to the United States, so what? And she proceeds to throw a drink, on the one in the middle. And I was like, girl, if they got up and fought you, girl, I probably would have looked the other way because you was picking a fight with them people, girl. Like, what is Angela? I don't like how she was treating those men. It was ridiculous, and they wasn't even doing nothing to her. Okay. Y'all can read into that however y'all want to read into that, but I was like, girl, this is a mess, okay? So, yeah, there was one man who stayed back and was like trying to reason with her, and he was being so nice. And she started yelling at him, and she's like, you got to go, and I don't care what you think or what you say, and you got to go. And she's like, oh, well, that went well, Michael. And Michael was like, I'm so embarrassed. I don't think my friendship will ever be the same with them. I was like, it won't, Michael, because your friends think you a coward now, baby. And that's how you was acting, baby. So all this to go to America, baby, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, baby. It is not worth it. This ain't it. It's not worth it to be in no domestic abuse relationship just to go to America. Michael, don't do this, okay? And then after this whole altercation, she gets to like smoking a cigarette, like, ooh, ooh. Well, that was fun. I was like, Angela needs... I'm not going to finish that sentence. Okay. Next, we see Omar and Avery, okay? It is Avery's last day in Lebanon, and then she's going back to the States, okay? And they're going to be apart for a couple of months, and she says that she loves being in a Muslim country because, she gets to wear her garb, and she, other ladies have the garb on and it doesn't. It's not a big deal. Whereas back in the States, like, people be looking at her and stuff, like, it's a big deal. So, she's like emotional or whatever, and she asks him if he's gonna cry when she leaves, and he's like, girl, in my culture, men don't do that. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. We don't do that in my culture, okay? And then they go to get some dinner or whatever, and they're talking over dinner, and he's very like, he's been very like non-emotional, okay? And for some reason, she wants him to get emotional. She's like, you're not showing any emotion on our last day. It's just this whole scene with her was like, she is very young. You could tell she's very young, and she don't know what she wants. She thinks she knows what she wants, but then she goes back on it. She's like, why do you want this man to be emotional if he's telling you that in his culture, like, men are not emotional and, like, deaded, and he's telling you all these things. He's telling you who he is and what he wants in a wife, and you say you accept it, but then you complain about it. It's like, girl, she's aggravating, okay? And so she's mad at him. She's like, I don't know why you're not acting like you care about me and you care that really, I'm leaving or whatever. And he's like, girl, it's like, I. It seems like he's babysitting this girl. He's like, girl, I don't. Did you not listen to me the first couple times I was talking, or this whole time we've been together? But he's like, okay, well, you don't think I care about you, and she's like, well, maybe you're using me. I don't know. And he's like, well, you think I'm using you? Then don't even apply for my visa. Like, I can just stay here. I don't have to go to the U.S. Like, it's not a thing for me, okay? Whatever. And she's like, I don't care. I'm gonna apply for your visa, okay? And he's like, okay. So he goes to like sit by her and like puts his head on her and stuff. And I guess that was good enough for her. I was like, Avery, girl, grow up a little bit, okay? So next is Zied and Rebecca, okay? Rebecca is going to leave Tunisia soon, okay? And so she said Zied is taking her to the Sahara Desert. But we saw her driving and she had rented the car, whatever, probably was her money and everything. But he was taking her to the Sahara Desert. Okay, girl. And so they get to the Sahara Desert and they're joking in the car or whatever. It was cute. And they get to the little hotel area, and they're like packing their stuff. They're unpacking their stuff, and she goes to like get some tea or whatever, or just like clear her head. And he is like acting like a little child. He's like, I have the ring. Okay, I have to hide the ring. Okay, where am I going to hide the ring? And so we see he hides the ring. And then we see Rebecca like walking around by herself, just like enjoying the view. And she says that, she has to tell Syed that she is still married, okay, to her Moroccan ex. Okay, they're not together anymore, but they are still legally married, okay? So yeah, that's gonna be a big deal, sis. Okay, so the next scene we see of them, Syed gets mad because they were laying down together, whatever, and she was scrolling through her phone to show him pictures of her grandchildren, and all of a sudden a picture of her and her ex pops up, and he's like, why do you still have this on your phone or whatever? And, it's a thing, and they argue, and I was like, ugh. Next. And so, he's like, girl, he grabs it, he holds her in the back of the head. She's like, you know I'm jealous, and you know how I am, so just deal with it, okay? And she's like, okay. I was like, okay, this is how y'all make up. Okay, cool. But the crazy part is that she got mad at him for getting jealous. Meanwhile, she's still married to that man in that picture. Like, girl, like, no, you in the wrong for this, okay? I know he taking your money and using it to buy you an engagement ring, okay? But you need to tell that man you married, okay? I don't know if he really cared that much, but he might, okay? So, tell him. Okay, and lastly, we have Caesar. Child, I wish they would stop showing this one. Caesar, he just got back to the States. We know the girl he was talking to stood him up. She was supposed to go fly over there to be with him, but it didn't work out, so now he's flying back home, okay? And so his friend picks him up from the airport, and his friend, she's excited. She's like, hey, like, what happened? How was it? And he's like, yeah, she didn't show up. And she was like, what? And he was like, yeah, she was explaining, like, the airplane ticket got canceled and whatnot, and she just didn't show up afterward. And so, she's like, okay, well, is it done? And he's like, no, well, I still want to talk to her. And she was like, what? Why would you? She didn't want to come and talk to you. Like, she broke up with you and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, but I'm going to try to go fly to the Ukraine to go see her and make it work. And she's like, this man is a fool. My friend is a fool, okay? Yes, he is, girl. He is a fool, okay? His friend said that, he is not going to learn, okay? It has just been disappointment after disappointment, and he is not going to learn with this girl, okay? So, that is all for this episode, you guys. Let me know what y'all thoughts. Okay, this episode, the only thing I have with 90 Day Fiance episodes is that they are 2 hours long. I'll be like, dang, like, and some of it be dragging. Okay, but anyways, I still like watching it. So let me know what y'all thought in the comments below. Give me a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.